So Andrew Tate. Everybody knows who Andrew Tate is, correct?
Yes.
Let me know in the chat. I'm sure you guys all know. Now, I have a few videos. Some of these are, because here's another thing that's odd and suspicious to me. Is it a
video of me?
Yes. Yeah. You just doing a bad impersonation.
I want to show you some
Andrew
odd
Tate.
and suspicious things. You didn't realize I had cameras around here.
No, but it always strikes me as odd when you can't find anything about a certain subject on YouTube, but it's obviously a hot topic. You can find everything about how Andrew Tate is probably guilty, but I'll preface this by Andrew Tate obviously is a former championship kickboxer that became very wealthy and became outspoken influencer on social media and whatnot, and owned some casinos in Romania, moved to Romania, blah, 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 blah. He has a bunch of interests. He's worth $350 million. He's got a bunch of it.
He's some crazy weird guy from the internet.
And he just, everyone sort of painted him as some of the things were legitimately misogynistic that he would say, and he would say it as a, reaction or like some sort of, some sort of clickbait shit. But anyways, now he's been arrested. The Romanian authorities are now I've learned this week how the Romanian authorities operate, and I will say it's different than here. But
well, now what if I showed up in a Romanian court offering to practice bird law?
Yeah, they'd probably
like I did in Wisconsin.
Yeah, they probably
would that be okay? No, okay,
probably not.
Yeah.
But now what was I doing?
That you learned about how.
Oh no. Okay, so. There's a few female employees of Andrew Tate's that have come forward and, in essence, debunked the argument against him that he's some sort of human trafficker, that he keeps women against their will to work in his webcam.
Yeah,
things.
to me that just seemed so unlikely that would be I kind of got the feeling from the beginning of this that I'm like, this just seems like it's going to be somehow bullshit. I don't know. I mean, and not that I really have anything invested in this or really give a fuck either way, but it's like.
But so there's these.
It just seems like a weird fucking thing. Like it just doesn't seem true. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's these. There's a couple of employees that have come forward and have said this. Now there's other people that are close to him that have obviously they have their personal. It's one of them is his cousin, and they speak on how how this is obviously false on its face, and how behind the camera, off camera, these guys are like very. Extremely like polite to a fault and helpful and whatever.
Well, and also something's just weird about the idea that a guy who is like this successful in this many fields would, for some reason, take the risk of like low-level human trafficking.
He doesn't make
like,
it a lot
it just
of sense.
Doesn't.
Yeah, especially when you've already got this much cash.
And it's like, what do you want? Women? What you got? Whatever. It's like he could just have whatever he wanted.
That's
like,
exactly.
I mean, it's not. It would seem weird. Like if it was something like, hey, he's part of this fucking like high up like elite international sex trafficking ring. Okay, let's talk about that then. But that's not what they're saying. Yeah, it's like he's like kidnapped 2 bitches or some shit. And it's
there's like certain victims. Now again. This is sort of where you get where it's like, first of all, let's watch a couple of these things. I'm not sure exactly where, because this was from last week, but we can play this one and sort of, because this is just.
Does the cousin have the same made-up cartoon accent?
Yeah, Vinny is very confused.
I just don't know. I've never heard that before, like the way this guy talks. But.
All right, so. This is just a quick one.
Tristan and Andrew's cousin Luke speaks out about the problem with the Tates getting arrested.
The first thing I want to tell you guys is I promise you that Tate is too rich and too smart to do anything illegal. He's been too rich and too smart to do anything illegal.
I guess, yeah.
So this is the argument you're making.
That's like because he's so obviously calculated and, he obviously lays out his life in a fucking pretty analytical and like, you know what I mean? Like he obviously is a guy that calculates risks well.
Look, like you brought up last week, he beat fucking Piers Morgan in speed chess. This is not an idiot.
While also like mentally sparring him in conversation. It was
like this guy's not a fool.
Right.
So so let me just play this. Hold on one second.
The first thing I want to tell you guys is I promise you that Tate is too rich and too smart to do anything illegal. He's been too rich and too smart to do anything illegal for a very, very long time. As long as I've lived with him, I've never seen him do anything illegal at all in any way, shape, or form. Tate also,
I would like to say the same thing about Tom.
I was going to say, yeah. So that's where this kind of falls on its face. It's like, well, of course you're going to say this.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? But the logic is there. All right, let me just, because this is only a few minutes.
Because he's foreseen of things. He always knew that this would happen. He's told you guys this would happen. He has many interview clips where he said this would happen. It's a 3-life process when you're someone that that let's say the Matrix or the mainstream news or the people in charge do not like you. It's a 3-step process. First, they try and cancel you. So they tried to cancel Tate. They really did. Unfortunately for them, they failed. So they failed on that end. So if they fail on canceling you, what's the next move? Well, the next move is jail. And by the way, you can see this playbook. They do this playbook with Julian Assange. They do it with credible people. It's what they do. First, they try and discredit you and cancel you, so no one listens to you. If people keep listening to you, then they have to try and discredit you further.
Now that's an interesting one, because remember that when Julian Assange was under attack for a similar thing, some rape charges came out. There was an allegation out of like Sweden or something, and he was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" That's actually why he had to go and live in that embassy, because he was like,
they tried like a handful of things.
Yes, and then all of a sudden it was a different charge, and then eventually they were all dropped.
Tried to hire a hitman or something.
Yeah, so it was a very odd thing, and
they just
all
kept kind of throwing weird shit at him.
Yeah, so it's again. It's an odd coincidence when we're talking. This kind of leads from where we were just talking about.
It just so happens that like all the people that threaten a certain like what would you call it?
I mean, it's a narrative, and I hate the word because it's so fucking overused now.
Yeah, it sure is. But anybody that threatens that sort of like
that movement or that what would the establishment
normie mindset,
or it's more like a set of agendas that is sort of moving forward at a slow pace. That it seems like all of these corporate interests and media interests and political interests are sort of behind. But again, when we're going back, when we were just talking about,
let's just call it the New World Order.
Yeah, we get globalists,
Let's just go back to that. Like,
what in the fuck?
What is going on? What is happening?
Like a fucking hair going on. Tickling my nose.
Fucking hair going the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go shave during the break.
Why don't you just put on one of these other fake mustaches over your mustache?
Yeah, that'll help.
Like keep things.
But no, so. So when we're talking about all of the questions that are still there surrounding 9/11 and the obvious non-addressal of them, by any sort of quote unquote credible institution,
it is fucking crazy. Sorry to interject for a second, but it is fucking crazy that there's never been any actual like establishment acknowledgement of this entire fucking conversation. It's always just been like, you're doing
shut up.
You guys don't know.
Crazy.
Shut up. Yeah,
that's it. And so when we're talking about the same people, what's up, Tony? When we're talking about the same people that are in charge, basically, it's this fucking deep state sort of globalist thing that you are called crazy for believing exists. But when you see it happening, it's easy for someone like me to question the validity of these charges.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And so when there's people, okay, so we'll go back to this.
No, it is fun. Like I was starting to say before, like it just so happens that all these people that threaten that agenda just
accidentally were heinous people behind the scenes that nobody knew.
Conveniently, you have something to to throw out there. Like I was thinking about the John McAfee thing too, and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, okay, I get. I don't know. I can't. He was kind of crazy now to think about it, but anyways, the point being, I don't know. It's kind of it gets harder and harder to believe.
Yeah, it's like of course you're gonna question it.
Maybe it's that everybody has something like that.
Yeah, but hiring hitmen and raping people.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Like it's always something that really is something that the public will immediately be like, it's never like tax fraud, because the public doesn't give a fuck about tax fraud. They don't want to pay taxes to begin with.
Yeah.
So that's not going to go. It's always something like,
and like when
he's raping and kidnapping women. It's like, okay, well, that one is going to be a sensational story, and now he's gone.
It's like when they tried to frame Kanye for saying that he loves Hitler. That was fucked up.
Yeah, that was a deep fake.
Yeah.
Try and put you in jail. That's the next move. And that's what the Matrix has done. The Matrix is now trying to put Andrew in jail. It's completely bogus charges, but unfortunately, Romania is, you guys can look this up, is known for corruption. And unfortunately, corruption also works to where if the mainstream in the Matrix wants you, they can find a corrupt judge to sign a bullshit paper to get your house raided.
Oh,
and that's
sure.
really what it is.
Yeah, they can do that
One
here.
judge
That could happen to
signs
us.
one
Yeah,
paper,
that's like-
and now your house gets raided.
Fact.
And then you get...
Why did I say
That's
good?
how it goes.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
All right, so this is his basic narrative. So he's just laying out what, and Tate had said this many times before, and he had called, he had said this way before he ever got arrested, before really he got canceled, but so that was now.
Can I say right here, Connie was asking, and I think
go
I think
ahead.
you do have this, but she said, "Did you see the two women who came forward saying
That's
it was,
what yes.
You want to get to that? Okay.
Yes, that's
so we had two of the victims that I guess was starting to speak out
so
publicly.
now there's two of the supposed victims that have come forward, and this was my point.
people that were supposedly trafficked.
Yes, and held against their will and forced to work on webcam, like porn sites.
Okay.
This is what the story is. Okay, so
Yeah, and like, why would you think that somebody like this would have to force someone to do
Yeah,
that? It's
exactly.
like, you could just hire a fucking.
there's fucking trailer trash everywhere.
Oh
that'll
my God,
fucking
dude.
Work for meth. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You bring them
Like,
over to fucking Romania. You go, here, we'll give you meth.
I guess,
Use
okay.
this butt plug, and
be-
then boom, they're going. They're off and running. They don't. You don't
She's
have
like,
to keep anyone fucking against your will.
meth and a butt plug.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking sign me up.
I know. She's like, you should have seen the dean of my old school. I know all about butt plugs.
Dude.
Reference to a story we did a couple weeks ago, guys. All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Okay. No, but whatever. Why would he? That's the
doesn't
point.
make
it
any
just
sense.
doesn't make sense.
This
Yeah.
guy's like, and this is the point you already had before you heard this guy, is like, the guy is fucking filthy rich. He doesn't have to do another thing in his whole life. He's worth $350 million. He's got a car collection that's worth fucking $80 million,
I guess there is like the slim chance, just to be fair, it is in the realm of possibility that he just enjoys
Yes.
to keep women captive.
That's what I was going to say. That's
not,
the only.
That's not unheard of.
It's not,
but,
but that's where you have to take it. Like, okay, maybe this guy is just happens to be a psychopath.
that's the only possibility other
Yes.
than this.
And that nobody
now that I'm
around
saying
him
it, he kind of
knows
seems like a psychopath. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know what to
He
think.
could be.
I don't know.
That's the
Yeah.
thing is he could be. But these are the questions that we try to address here on Radioville.
Population truth.
So here is same network. Hopefully these guys don't. Well, they'll probably just do a fucking copyright, an ownership thing on us. So
Yeah.
fuck.
Good.
So good.
You know what?
Let everyone know you own us.
That's how the world works.
All right. So this is an ex webcam model of Andrew Tate's that lived with him.
So guys, a new video has just come
Okay.
out of one of Andrew's ex-cam girls defending him after his recent allegations.
Bună!
So people were.
So you gotta
Am fost
read
o
this.
perioadă de timp director al penitenciarului pe Lendava, am lucrat vreo 22 de ani în sistemul penitenciar.
She's okay.
Subiectul
Should we,
care-
in case people, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
small.
that's fine. Yeah. Let's
go-
bring that back.
Here,
and just
yeah,
read
you,
this along.
you want to read it or?
Sure.
I can do it if you want.
Okay, go.
Okay, my name
Oh, you should have just
is.
fucked it up intentionally. Like, I can do it. It'd be like, our fault, Tarpin. Fuck.
I just start speaking Russian.
Yeah.
Didn't know I could do that, huh? My name is Oana Toskow. And apparently people used to pay to look at me for some reason.
Yeah.
And I've worked for.
All right, no. Get through this story.
Okay, I've
You've
worked
gotten
for
complaints.
22 years in the prison system.
Oh, yeah, I have to.
The subject I want to talk to you about is Andrew Tate. Why am I doing this? Because I think what's happening is very unfair. A man who respects women and treats everyone nicely. I lived with this man for a while. I want to say that he treated me like a sister and helped me a lot. And I retired, intended to start an OnlyFans account. when I wanted to leave Bucharest and continue in What? Craiova?
Yeah, okay.
There's so many fucking places.
Let me know if you need anything. I'm going downtown soon. Yeah.
So this is like whatever. So we get the point.
Thanks.
She's
Andrew's
one of
and
the.
I just want to let you know that I really appreciate that you're so understanding about my problems. Maybe one day. Oh, yeah. Maybe one day I will come back. I need to get my life in order. Don't worry. Take your time. In case you need anything, let me know. So this is unprovoked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing.
Is that really her?
Is it unprovoked? Is she like, oh, he's told me if anything ever happens, step up and you got $5 million. You know what I mean? So again, who the fuck knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he's got girls in place that are like, hey, if I ever go down, you got a fucking, bank account right now. So
it would just seem fucking.
But it doesn't make any sense.
Really weird thing to be doing, unless it would have to be like an obsession. Like I cannot live without keeping a woman captive.
Yes.
And you know what? Like if you talk to some of my exes, there might be.
I mean, there'd be. Well, they wouldn't be saying this.
No, they'd be
You know
like,
what I mean?
"Thank God I got away."
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like this is so. This next one, it's tough to because again, this was a fucking problem. That I couldn't, you can't find. So this is a guy watching a clip much like we do. So I can't hate on him for doing it. But what I can hate is that I can't find the clip of this on YouTube. This is the
I know,
fucking.
that's
This is
weird
what
when that
exactly.
happens. Yeah.
It always seems like. Well, this would seem like a lot of people are sharing this.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would it not be coming up in any searches? Again, that seems to me like something else is at play here, right? Does it? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is so fucking weird now.
Yeah, how are we not?
I know. No, I mean,
would
like,
think-
the ironic thing about what we're doing is like if we ever were to blow up in the way that we wanted to, it would be gone immediately.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. We
would
would have
have.
ripped down immediately.
That's why I carefully keep the archive at my house. Like I was talking about, I'm like, I have to keep this all organized because I
Yeah.
do have the sense that at one point our YouTube channel will be no more.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we're that dangerous,
We're
guys.
just dangerous. We're the maskless
Fucking-
bandits, folks.
Couple of young,
It's funny because I'm still not yet young.
you know,
whippersnappers,
revolutionary
full
types.
full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah. Fucking wise cracking, a couple of youths.
I keep looking over here still, like the camera's going to be to my right, and I keep forgetting the camera's right there. Hey, guys. But yeah, so this one's weird. I'm going to have to kind of piecemeal, like kind of jump through because the guy's
Wait,
commentary is awful.
Okay. Let's hear
It
him.
is just terrible. But
Is it the point of it to make fun of this guy or what?
No.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just.
I'm talking about another victim, supposed victim of Andrew Tate, that is going public saying, "What are you
I
talking?" You know,
I just didn't know if we were also supposed to ridicule this guy.
I want to try and just get through this.
I think it's pretty embarrassing that 9 months after the first raid in April last year, we gave our statement in which clearly we said we weren't the victims. It wasn't until a couple of days ago, I think. Yeah, a couple of days ago that we found out about the whole situation. So I'm pretty annoyed and upset, and I don't understand why this is
Okay,
happening.
just a second, because I have to speak in my language for all the people. Please tell me about your connection between Beatrice and between Tate brothers.
Between Beatrice and the Tate brothers, well, me and Beatrice have been living together now for around 2 years, and I got to meet Beatrice.
So yeah, either way, these are okay. So the bottom line.
Why did that lady say but that she had to start speaking in her own language
and then didn't.
clearly not
And then
be
didn't.
speaking in
Yeah.
her first language?
I know that's
and
funny
also
because that's the quality of news in other countries.
and what is with this fucking idiot just watching some other show on his show up here?
Yeah, I don't
It's fucking
know.
stupid.
You guys are moron. But yeah, so
But yeah,
all of
so-
this seems to point to me that this guy is being railroaded by something bigger than the Romanian government. Maybe it is just the Romanian government. I don't know.
I
Maybe they were
mean-
like, "Oh, let's look good in the public eye."
He kind of
This
strikes.
guy's hated.
Yeah, he kind of strikes me as one of those guys too that has been like sometimes if you're I think in the upper echelons of
Biracial?
societies and you're not
Oh.
like favored by the new world order or whatever the fuck we're calling
whatever,
it.
Yeah, whatever we're calling it.
He may have like obviously there's a reason he went to Romania in the first place, and he's been talking about stuff like this happening, and it seems like, I mean, it all kind of adds up to a classic fucking railroading.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then, I don't. Obviously, I don't know. So,
but they fucked up already, right? I mean, it's like, so we talked about. I don't want to retread too much of the same territory, but
sure.
Was that a saying? But you know, like obviously him being canceled was the best thing that fucking ever happened for his
like the canceling
for his
was,
public career. Like,
and that was funny because when he was actually canceled, he didn't have any platforms. He was off of everything, and he was more in the public.
Him, you know,
like he was on everyone else's show. Everyone was like, "Dude, give me Tate, get me Tate, please get me Tate." He was on fucking Valuetainment. He was on Just Pearly. He was just.
I mean, we see it all the time, dude. It's like not even a fucking a poignant observation anymore. I mean, it's just self-evident. But here, you know, it's like you see, like Shane Gillis is like fucking everywhere.
Yeah, Shane Gillis was.
We would never know about him if he actually got on to Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, nobody would give a fuck about
dude,
it. Yeah, nobody
who the fuck
would
watches that. Like, yeah, you would not have any idea who that guy was. You know, but he's like already a legend in the internet community.
Dude, he's
like. You know, because he was canceled, and he's going to have a career for 50 years. You know, like
Shane Gillis. And if anyone hasn't become aware of Shane Gillis, the stand-up comedian, dude,
just
go watch his fucking special. He is hilarious. Dude. And he's one of the better comics.
And their podcast and all that.
Yeah, he's just a great podcast. But here's something interesting, and this just hit me when you were saying that. So think of people like Shane Gillis versus someone like Milo Yiannopoulos or Nick Fuentes. When Nick Fuentes was canceled, nobody was clamoring to have him on because the shit that he says is actually pretty fucking egregious.
Yeah, there's a line,
So if there's an Andrew Tate is supposedly saying all these terrible things, yet everyone wants him on, it must not be to the degree.
You know what? That's actually,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good distinction to make because there's been people like even like Alex Jones, nobody will touch most of the time.
Yes, exactly, you know? Because like, he's become too toxic.
Yeah.
Now after this,
and even
now
Kanye
this is
now, you know.
Like
Kanye. Like, they have to talk to each other now. It's like
that's it.
It's a fucking wild world we live in, dude. Yeah,
those three are living in a fucking bunker.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. That also kind of lends credibility to the fact to the notion that he probably isn't guilty of a lot of the things that he's been being, sort of accused of. But yeah. So, anyways, so he got way more popular when he was canceled. But then now you have my last point on this will be. Apparently, I've watched a couple of Romanian attorneys.
Bring it home, Tommy boy.
I've watched a couple of Romanian attorneys speaking on this, right? And apparently, the way the legal system works over there's no jury. So what it is accusations are made. It is incumbent on. So there's the prosecutor that is going after him.
Bell is rung in the town square.
Exactly. A man climbs a tall ladder.
Now it's time
to a tower and hits a metal cube with two hammers.
Now it's time to put the giant wooden shoes on.
Yeah, the long boots of prosecution.
Yeah.
And we push a maiden off the tower. If she dies, he's guilty. Like, no, Romania. No, but so apparently it's like accusations and then investigation. Now, if this investigation turns something up, the prosecutor gets involved. Right. This is similar to here now.
So you can just accusation by like a citizen, anybody, law enforcement.
I believe the girls were the ones that had to have come forward.
Okay.
Like that's what they're saying is there was victims coming forward and alleging this. Now, how they're alleging anything, but also captive, I don't understand.
So far, what you described to me seems pretty normal.
Yes.
Somebody alleges a crime and then they investigate it.
Now, when the prosecutor takes this up, it doesn't work like our system. Yeah, that part's similar. But then the prosecutor has the job of building the case to the point where he will submit this to the judge. The judge then gets to dictate whether or not there is enough evidence to convict. If there is, it's basically a conviction. There's a court, there's a hearing, but it's already been deemed.
So they go through the motions of like documenting all the evidence or whatever.
If the judge doesn't think there's enough evidence to convict, they won't even hear the case. So it's not like ours where you get like back and forth. It's fucking weird. Then if the judge says
He
there's
just
enough
looks it
evidence
over and almost kind of just makes,
and then there's no jury. It's just then you go before the judge
Yeah.
and he says whether you're guilty or not, and it's all in one man's hand. So
okay.
apparently the prosecutor that's after this guy has brought down many of the mafia over there, who are apparently these people are only like worth a couple million. They're nothing like Tate's wealth. Like the mafia over there, I guess. Apparently the casino.
I feel ashamed that I like don't really know anything about Romania. I picture it as like a very like I just picture it as like ladies in some kind of hoods and they got
No, it's
fucking
Romania. It's vampires,
pastries and whatever.
It's
I don't
fucking
know.
Vlad the Impaler. It's the gypsies in Romania. It's those mountains over there.
Oh,
and
you
shit.
call that's what you call it.
Yeah.
I see. I still call it
Transylvania.
I still call it like Wallachia because I'm loyal to the
Yeah.
you know, to that dynasty. But yeah.
But yeah, so apparently he might be fucked anyways. Like if they're just railroading him, there's no way out. The judge says like, yeah, that's enough. People have said enough things. You're gone. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter. I don't know if any of these stepping up. The only hope that so he's got an attorney too. But that's what I was going to say. This prosecutor apparently is known for like taking down like criminal syndicates over there, and he has like 24-hour security detail constant on him. He's like, everyone wants to kill this dude over there.
I want to kill him. I don't even know anything about
Yeah,
him.
exactly. So that's what I was saying is we're going to take up a GoFundMe. No, I can't say this. I was just about to.
We just started-
I was just about to get myself in a fucking Julian
Hey,
Assange
super
situation.
spreaders want to kill a guy?
No, because we say don't.
Yeah.
And that's always our advice.
That's
folks.
the Radioville promise.
Yes.
Is we'll
We will
never
never
kill a
endorse
guy.
We will never endorse hitmen activities
Yeah.
on this show because you know what we're about? The truth.
And only the truth. And
Yes.
seal milk.
And seal milk. But yeah, so that's the
I
Andrew
wonder, so like,
Tate case in a nutshell.
obviously they're kind of keeping an eye on him at this point. I saw like, he's kind of going, you know, I saw like they're trying to file all kinds of motions and whatever.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
so apparently-
nothing's working. But
Yeah.
so obviously, you know, they're not letting him leave the country and shit.
No.
But I'm like, just if you have that, did they froze his assets and all kinds of shit? Because it's like
They took his. That's another.
they
funny
took his
thing.
car collection. I saw that.
Yeah. Now apparently
but
that is to. They say
to prevent him from fleeing the country
in a Bugatti.
in his Bugatti. Yeah.
No, that is in case he's guilty. That will be sold off and given to the victims. The Romanian government's not going to keep it.
Boy, yeah, not exactly due process.
Yeah. Like no. That's to pay that. So that's what they were saying. Somebody else said, no, isn't that to like fund the investigation? And he's like, no. This is
not sure which would make less sense.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like,
yeah.
well, no, neither of these situations.
Why doesn't he
fucking
just
make any
get
sense.
fucking Elon Musk to like send him a space car or something?
Yeah, or a fucking
and just get-
flamethrower and a rock and a jetpack, and then
Just-
you just fucking
Yeah, right.
flame throwing Romania from the sky.
and then an umbrella to land.
yeah,
you know
what the fuck, Elon? Come on, I know you're gonna see this. I
But
know you follow us.
all these guys
Get
got to
on
start
it.
teaming up into some kind of Justice League thing, and
Dude,
and pulling
I think they
extractions
are.
when necessary. Get him to South Africa. I don't
Yeah.
know,
But that's the thing is, they're even saying like because he does a lot of business in Dubai, which is a non-extradition to anywhere. But they're saying that even if he got to Dubai, they might extradite him just because they don't want that sort of media attention because this has become such a sort of social media spectacle. And the sort of, what would you even call that? They villainized him so much prior to this.
Yeah.
That he's just like an Alex Jones or something like that, where it's just he's become toxic. They're just like, nah, get him away.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, apparently that's another thing is so when you're arrested, I guess, you're arrested, then you're held for up to 30 days. Then they have to appeal to keep you in another 30 days. So they have to keep doing that.
Oh, that's what I saw. Okay, yeah.
And they can do this up to, I don't know, 9 months or something like that. If a case hasn't, been assembled that's going to convict you by then, I think there's like some sort of new process where you get to like, but the thing is he was released. So now this is their other policy is now you can be home, but you have to report every week and sign papers at the police, at the Romanian officials thing so that they know you're not leaving the country.
Gotcha.
So that's
yeah.
what he's on right now.
Well, and I would assume they'd be monitoring him or something.
Yeah, of
but,
course. So yeah, that's the.
This is what I said back when
Yes.
they got Capone. I knew that it was a slippery slope. And
Yeah.
But I am thinking about how it's a weird age to live in where it's like you've seen over the years there were like villains and the government would have a means to an ends thing of like
Yeah.
let's figure out a way to get this guy or whatever. And that kind of did become the norm, but now we're seeing it with like with people that probably aren't villains. We don't know. We're not.
Yeah, like from whatever I watch, look, I'll try and find more shit on this. I don't know if we want to rehash this again next week, but we could touch on it maybe. But
we'll see
if more ladies are stepping up, or there's more or better footage. Because here's what I
any
anticipate.
of you out there have any information on the Andrew Tate case, send us an email.
Exactly. Super spreaders, get on this. Talk to your people.
If any of you know anybody who's been victimized by this man, and hasn't spoken out,
you have to let us know.
Reach out
legally.
Yeah.
No, my guess though for this is that there's going to be, if these ladies are already coming forward, but YouTube, like nobody's platforming them. Well, now they're going to garner some attention by people like Piers Morgan, by people like Joe Rogan, by people like, you know what I mean? The No Jumper podcast, big platforms that are going to be like, wait, what? Well, I want to talk to this girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Vlad TV, shit like that. And then there's a chance that these ladies may be able to actually get their voice out, and we'll hear what they have to say. Maybe they're bullshit. Who knows? Maybe they're bullshit, and they're just trying to cover their ass. Maybe they had a part in it. Maybe they were accruing ladies for him.
The truth is, we really know nothing. Like that video of that lady talking may or may not have been that fucking lady that she said she was. Could have been a fucking total concoction of AI splendor. Who knows? Like, you know what I mean?
AI splendor, which is going to be coming up soon.
I put that in my coffee.
Yeah. It just tastes like anything that you fucking
turn into
ask it to.
Yeah.
Be blueberries. Right. We're getting to that world.
Yeah.
AI fucking food.
I want to go to the sky now.
Yeah. Make my life less shitty.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate anything. Make it better.
That